Okay, so I'm live on Twitch. We're playing some more Zone, whatever. But Hinka stopped me and is like, "You have to check this out." Now, here's the thing: other reactors have checked this out. It's a vocal cover of Spiritbox Circle with Me, but it's done by this artist called MAPHRA. I don't know how to say the name properly because it's all caps. But it is a music. It's a vocal cover. Okay. Here's the thing. A lot of people do covers of Spiritbox music, and that's fine. But in 2 months, it has 2.5 million views. What have I missed? All right, so Hink is going to try to make me figure out what to do here. Let's check this out together. All right. 148,000 subscribers. I'll subscribe. Why not, right? She's trying to support her music career. If she has 2.5 million views, she's doing okay. All right, here we go. Let's check this out together.
Cut down the altar!
Visionary, deep is fake. Dirty gold, the colors change. Hands are frozen, feel no pain. I just wanna hold the flame. Negative feedback loop, I'm spinning out of control. This sickly sweetness is crushing me. But I wanna know if there's no heat when I escalate. The fire is cold, there you go. This could all be yours. Feel the weight of a murder. It could all be yours if you were.
Freeze. Okay, I'm going to do the good and the bad and the ugly. Are you ready? Now remember, I am just going to say what I'm noticing because I've only been doing this for like 6 years and I pick up on a few things. And I have friends who do this professionally. I have friends who are professional vocalists and they're vocal coaches. She's really far away from that mic. Now, those of you are, before you jump into the comments and start screaming at me, there's got to be a reason why she's that far away from the mic. And normally it's because her projection is so forced or so loud, or she has such a projection that she's backed off the mic because she has a tendency to overwhelm the mic. There is a slight issue that I'm seeing here. Now, this has nothing to do with the vocalist, okay? This has to do with this particular recording, okay? I'm hearing a lot of the... There's two things that I'm hearing that shouldn't be happening at the same time, okay? Now, please understand, her voice is magical. I love the richness of her tone. I find her tone to be absolutely amazing. Here's the thing. I want to hear more of her tone. I don't need that much effect. I understand that in the algorithm and to get your music out there, there are two different audiences that she has to deal with. Number one, the people that just want to hear her. They just want to hear the natural tone, her clear tone vocal, something that's vulnerable, something that's natural, something, in an acoustic setting. And that those people are like me. Okay. Then you have the masses that love overproduction. They expect it to not sound like a person. They expect it to sound like an AI generated or an overproduced vocal. Here's the thing. She is trying to find her music and get her music out in a world where half the audience wants it to have a whole bunch of effects and be over the top produced. And then the other half wants to hear just her tone. Technically, she can't win, but here she does. Her as the vocalist, she wins. Okay. The other thing I'm noticing is she's so far away from the mic, probably because of her harsh vocal projection. They want her off the mic a little bit. They're having to put too much gain in the mic. So you're catching breath noises. You're catching lip tap. you're capturing tongue flap, you're catching all those little natural noises in the back. Which is why I'm trying to figure out why the hell that's happening, because if the threshold and the compression were set to eliminate that background noise, it would lean into the fact that you wouldn't. It just seems weird that there's so much production in effect on her voice and no one set the compression threshold to remove all of the that stuff, because that stuff is still in there. It's a very interesting video. So at the end of the day, there are people that are going to point all these things out, just like I am doing. And then they're going to want to bash her for it. Like, hey, get somebody to learn how to do your mix right, or have somebody know how to set your mic right, or have somebody, why are you having all these vocal effects on your voice? We want to hear you. Or end of the day, I love her rich tone, which means there are two things I want to see. I would love to see this person's vocal performance in a natural live setting, because I think I can take a mediocre vocalist and in post-dub and post-production, I can make them sound decent. There are Grammy Award-winning, multiple Grammy Award-winning artists who, when you try to get them to sing live in public, they can't. But with a good team, they can sell millions and millions and millions of records. She's not doing that. This is just her and a mic and some music. I did notice that there was a little echo in the room, like this room isn't soundproof very well. So here we go. The mic threshold compression is not set to remove all the popping and the breath sounds and ambient noises. There's a lot of effect on her voice. I hear echo in the room. All that to the side. Now that I've said all those things that people are going to nitpick about it, let me tell you this. Her tone is magical. I wanted to stop at the very beginning because I wanted to set that straight. Her tone is magical. Now I know why she has 2.5 million views on this. Because whether you like production or you don't like production, or you think that the settings are all wrong, or whatever the case may be, or whatever, at the end of the day, all I want to hear is more of her, just her, live, acoustic, just, I want to hear that voice. I think it would be something special. In the meantime, let's enjoy the rest of this.
Yours. Feel the weight of a mountain. It could all be yours if you echo birds of prey. Try to cut down the altar. It could all be yours, but you're circling the flame. Nothing sacred, nothing lost. When birds of prey invade my thoughts, they promise that we'll feel that pain. Not strong enough to hold the flame. Negative feedback loop, I'm spinning out of control. The sickly sweetness is crushing me, but I wanna know if there's no heat when I escalate. The fire is cold, let go. This could all be yours. Feel the weight of the mountain. It could all be yours if you echo birds of prey. Try to cut down the altar. It could all be yours, but you're circling the flame.
Is this where she does the harsh vocal? Hold on. The vibrato, her embouchure control, her placement. She's got excellent control. I need to see more of this person. I understand that this is the big video that everyone's checking out, but if you to the vocalist, if you ever see this reaction, I think everything you're doing here is amazing, and all this makes me want to do is hear more of you. Maybe even from it's hard when someone does vocal covers of someone else's music. You're comparing them to the original or comparing them to other covers. I would love to hear her sing multiple different styles of music, from something acoustic and folk music, something that is more melodic, something that is purely harsh. There's all these different things. Because right now we're trying, people are going to try to compare her to Courtney, and they shouldn't. Her vocal style is very different than Courtney. Very different. I know people don't see it, but if you understand how her vocal technique is working, it is different than Courtney. Also, her embouchure is very well done. No wonder, I could tell you why the mic is so far away right now, because of her embouchure. Have you ever seen Kristen Starkey sing? Do you think they put a microphone within 20 yards of her? Not if you want to keep the microphone. She'll short it out. It's just there's a projection there. You can see it in the way it's just so good. It's very, very, very well done. I keep stopping it because this is my reaction. If you want to see without somebody stopping it and without my ugly face, go watch the original. 2.5 million people have. You wouldn't be alone. I'm just saying. It's really good. All right. I want to check that one out too. I think I want to check out Bring Me the Horizon. So I'm going to check out more and more of her music. There is something in her technique that I want to point out that very few people do well. You have people that are more melodic and you have people that are more harsh vocal. Very few people can go between the two equally without any problems. A lot of times you hear someone who sings and then their harsh vocal is just a distressed form of their melodic tone. And you can hear that they don't have two distinct voices. Her vocal tone is clear, whichever technique she's doing. And she does it better than a lot of people. In fact, I would put her right up there with Courtney. There's some techniques she's doing that are better than the way Courtney does them herself. That is not a knock on Courtney. Courtney's been doing this for a long time, and she's one of the people that brings melodic and harsh vocals in a metal sense to the forefront of popular music. So we cannot tell Courtney thank you enough. Her technique is different. There is something that she's able to do that a lot of people can't do, which I want to point out, which I want to see more from. There are people that when they do melodic vocals and they do harsh vocals, there is a hard line between the two. To transition from harsh to melodic, they have to change their throat posture, their position of their shoulders and neck to make sure that they protect one while achieving the other. That's part of the technique thing. There's only been really 2 other artists that I've seen that can do kind of a hybrid where one can be done while the other one is happening without having to completely change the technique. One of those people is Lauren Babick. Lauren can do harsh vocals, and in the harsh vocal, drop a melodic layer into it to where she can just pull right into the melodic. What she's doing here is the inverted of what Miss Lauren Babick does on her music. She does melodic and drops the harsh into her melodic tone while she's in her melodic technique. It takes a lot of practice. It has a specific skill set to do that. And if you know how to do it, it gives you a leg up. This is something that is very rare in vocalists. So many people grew up doing harsh vocal, and then now they're having to learn how to do melodics with it. Most traditional vocalists learn melodic, and they're trying to put harsh vocals into it. The people that learn both and learn where the happy spot in their technique is to allow the blending of both techniques seamlessly, it's very rare. Most people will do one, and then they'll do the other. They won't mix them and blend them together because if you don't do it correctly, it's damaging. She has no problem doing this. She's developed a technique to allow her to sing melodic and drop 1 or 2 harsh notes in a melodic line, giving that amazing emotional vulnerability and power. Outstanding vocal technique. If it wasn't already a very popular song, and if it wasn't all these other things, and she wasn't beautiful and all this other stuff, end of the day, her technique and presentation, her embouchure, everything she's doing, I could see why 2.5 million people have been checking this song out. Of course, me being a person that's been doing arrangements and studio work for as long as I have, I can tell you, I want to hear just her. I want to hear her without production. I want to hear her without effect. I just want to hear that natural tone because I have a feeling it is probably one of the most beautiful things in the world. Will we get to? I do not know. If there is a song that she's singing acoustically without all the production, share it with me in the comments because it would solve a lot of my questions that I have. All of my questions are not bad questions. I'm not trying to judge her. I'm trying to tell you she is special. The way she's doing it is not like a lot of other people. It's pretty awesome. And yeah, so Tahinka, thank you. It's pretty evident why there's 2.5 million. And it's probably just the beginning. Great work. Outstanding. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you enjoyed this video, give us a like. It really helps the channel grow. Also, if you want to subscribe, right over there. A big thank you to all my Patreons out there for everything you do. And if you want more content like this, check them out above. Remember, love one another, take care of each other. We're all stuck on this mud ball together. We'll see you later.